Music by the Cool.
Hello, and welcome to Yes, That's My Kid podcast. I'm Asia. He's Mr. Clean. Anthony. And behind the scenes, we have our producer, Jacob. On Yes, That's My Kid podcast, we talk all things parenting. We want to just share our experiences with you, goods, bad, triumphs, trials, tribulations, all of that good stuff in our journey of raising our mixed children. So, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. Even if you don't like the show, just do it anyway. All right, so now Asia, it's Saturday. How are you? How has your week been?
It is Saturday. I'm in a little mood. Not a good one. Not a great one, but
Why?
I don't know. You know, life happens.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I almost feel like a little bit of depression, a little bit of arguments with my spouse.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that also watching Selling Sunset, I just want to be rich. And it's like, I was on vacation, I come back, and now I got work. And it's like, I don't want to do this. I just want to be rich, man.
Boy. Yeah,
But we actually had a good day today. The weather was pretty nice. I think we were in the 60s, and Autumn. I was gonna post it, share a little video, but Autumn this morning just wanted to get outside early, so we're all practically in our pajamas, and we just took a walk. I'm like, whatever, let's just get her out there. She wants to be out. So we all took a walk this morning, and then we went to the diner for breakfast.
Nice.
And then she wanted to go outside again, and I was really tired, so I took a nap on the couch. And Michael and Autumn went out, and then they came back, and I think she took a nap while they were out there. They came back, and of course she went to go outside again. So now it's my turn to take her out, and I took her out on a tricycle, and Michael just went on our balcony and started reading. But I walked her around the little, I guess, condo place we have here.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was a nice walk. Saw some people, said hi. It was a little friendly. And then came back and watched Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got a new one?
The one that came out in 2018.
Okay.
Not a new one, but we try to sometimes watch some family movies on a weekend, and Michael suggested Encanto, but I'm sure by now we've seen that about 50 times. We listen to the soundtrack every single day. Like when we bring her to the daycare, or anytime she seems like a little sad, we put it on. She's like, and you know how at the end of I'm gonna say this a little wrong, but the family Madrigal, that song, how the grandmother's like Mirabelle, screams that. Autumn, every time she does that, Autumn's like just screaming it too. It's pretty cute. So
that is cute. Well, that's
yeah.
Sounds like you had a pretty good day then.
Yeah, today was a good day.
Very family-oriented day. That's good.
Yeah, I try to do that on the weekends.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my weekend's been pretty good so far. We went to my homie's daughter's first birthday party.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was cool. Bunch of people there.
Wait, did they go all out, or was just 1-year-olds? They're not gonna know what's going on.
I wouldn't say they went all out. They went out pretty well. I mean, it was at their house. And they had special shirts made and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Mom of the birthday girl type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with dad and brother and all that stuff.
That's cute.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on what you mean by all out, but I mean, they did a lot, which is cool. They had a whole one of our other homies made a cake. And some cupcakes, and they had a whole balloon thing that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool. And and then yesterday did a bunch of stuff. I did something I'm gonna tell you about in a little bit. That's gonna be part of our in your feed thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the weekend's been good so far. The week was cool, just busy at work. I gotta work tomorrow, do some work tomorrow to get ready because we're going to close. But going back to your original, what you mentioned about watching that show,
yeah,
being like, bro, I just want to be rich.
Yeah,
I'd be in the same boat, bro. I just be like, the thing is though, I gotta remind myself my life is somebody else's goals. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you could look at somebody else's life. That's your goals, right? You'd be like, "Oh, damn, that's goals." But then
Yeah.
they're looking at somebody else's life like, "Damn, that's goals." You know what I'm saying? So I always look at it like, "All right, well, my life is actually somebody else's goals." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I got to put in perspective of like where I'm at is actually where I shot my shot to be. So I actually reached where I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, in life, you want other things, and you know your wants always increase and stuff like that. But it just helps me keep my sanity.
Yeah. To that point,
Yeah.
I think like when I think about it, like everything that I kind of prayed for that's like truly attainable, I've actually attained. I've achieved
Yeah.
it. Like I was like, all right, going to school, bachelor's, get my master's, boom, CPA,
Right.
boom, got it. Like right, got a
Yeah, for
family, got a
sure.
home. Like we own our homes. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, everything I truly prayed for, and that was like not so far out like to reach for. I definitely attained it. All right, so what's in your feed? We don't actually have one right now, but we do have a life moment that
Yeah.
Anthony would like to share.
So, life moment of this week's episode. So yesterday, Friday, I took the
Mm.
train. I went out with my wife, my daughter, and my son, and I forgot where we went. Probably went somewhere to eat. We came back, and then for whatever reason, I
Wait,
had it in
sorry,
my
your
head.
memory is shot. It was just
Yeah,
yesterday. You don't know where you went.
I don't remember shit, to be honest. I don't. We went somewhere, then we came home. I don't know where we went, but when we got home, I had it in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna take her training wheels off. My daughter's training wheels off her bike. So I went, got my wrench, took the training wheels off, took her outside. I said, "Hey, we're gonna go take this bike out and see what we could do with it." And my daughter said, "Oh, we're gonna go ride a bike today." And in my head, I'm like, "Nah, we'll probably practice today and tomorrow for the rest of the week, and then you'll ride it, next weekend." I didn't verbalize that to her, but I said, yeah, we're gonna go do that. So we went out there. I put it. She went on the bike. She got on it, and I had my hands on her, just holding her up a little bit. And as she's riding with me holding her, I kind of took my hands off, and I'm like, oh shit, like she's actually going by herself. So I put my hands back on her, and then we did it again, and then she went for longer by herself. I was like, oh shit. So the area we were at is kind of like a little bit of a slope. So I was like, all right, let's go to this other space. So we went to the other space, and then I just let her go. Like I held her, then I just let her go, and she was off. After that, it was just like it was a rat. Like she was just riding her bike, no training wheels or
Nice.
nothing. So I was talking to my homie Tina last night. Shout out to Tina, and then it kind of hit me. She was like, I think she asked or basically just said something to the effect of like, oh wow, like she just knew that she didn't know that she couldn't not do it. And I was like, oh damn. I was like, that's actually a fact. Because I never verbalized it to her, like, oh, be careful, you don't want to
Yeah.
fall, da da da.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is something, it's like metaphorical for life. Like you unless somebody tells you can't do something, then you automatically have it in your head that you can. So my
Yeah.
daughter from the jump, she just knew that she was gonna ride her bike. Like training wheels or not, she's like, I rode it before, but the training wheels
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna ride it as soon as I get down there. So when she got down there, she just rode the bike. Like she wasn't thinking about getting hurt. She wasn't thinking about,
Nice.
oh, the balance is gonna be different because she just got and did it. And
Yeah.
like I said, that's just like a great metaphor for life. Like you can't, if somebody doesn't put it in your head that you can't do something, then you could probably do it. If you go in with the intention of just getting whatever done that you want to get done, then it can be accomplished. Yeah, so that was my
That's
my life
amazing.
moment. Yeah.
How long was she on the training wheels for?
I don't know. She's been on them. So that bike we probably had basically all of pandemic, I think, maybe like a year or something like that.
Okay. So what made you say like, all right, this is a day?
I don't know. That's just how I am. I'm a little impulsive at times, and shit just be coming in my head. I'm like, all right, well, I think today you're gonna do this. But then also one thing that I've been noticing, I texted my wife today when we was at gymnastics, is like she's slowly coming into her own like athletic capabilities. Where she's still a little girl, obviously, but she's getting a little older, so she's like understanding the movement of her body and just like grasping how she learns. Because one thing about life is you got to figure out how you learn best. And I think she's kind of like figuring the game out in the sense of like how she learns. And she learns by, similar to me, through repetition. But also, apparently, if you don't tell her that she can't do it, then she will do it. So,
I think it's that, and I don't know how long you've had her in gymnastics for, but I think something that I had learned in the past, being in gymnastics, gymnastics is the fact that like you can't be afraid to fall. They actually even teach you how to fall out of certain I guess flips or positions, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that you start to develop that mindset like I can do this, I will do this. I can't be afraid to do things in gymnastics like the balance beam, anything like or you will get hurt if you have that in your mind. So like even taking that to the bicycle, it's like if I fall, I fall, right? Or I'll know how to fall. I've fallen before, so this is nothing with the training wheels or not. So
Right.
it might be a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, no, probably. I think it's a culmination, like just everything, just all the stuff that in life, just everything. Us playing around a lot, gymnastics, just her feeling confident overall and being able to do things. But yeah, no, this weekend has just kind of been like an eye opener for just like I don't know, kind of. I feel like she took a step in life a little bit, in getting older, because she just I don't know, she's just been killing like a lot of things.
Yeah. Is that? Do you get a little nervous or scary feeling like, dag, she's really growing up, man? Like, I think, and I'm asking that too because, we started watching the Goofy movie too after Mary Poppins, and you know how Max was just like going off to college, and Goofy was like, my baby and stuff, right? And it's like, dag, at one point, my kid is gonna be out of this house. That's wild.
That is wild.
And you are way closer to that than I am. Well, at least with Anaya, you still have.
Yeah. I think I'm way closer, like relative, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's really like 4 years of difference ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. But yeah, I mean, definitely that stuff does go through my mind. But I always I feel better every time she's doing something because I'm like, this makes her more capable for life. It's like before I said like when I saw her look both ways before crossing the street, I'm like, bet now I know like she's not gonna fucking get hit by a car generally.
Yeah.
God forbid, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just know that she's more prepared for life. So so I do get those feelings, but it's more like a sense of like a relief a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, all right, she's more capable. She's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so that was my life lesson for the week.
Cool. That's a life moment. We called it a life moment.
Yeah, life moment.
I just made that up on the spot.
That was good though. That was off the head. That was real good. We didn't even talk about that before.
We
did. All right. So today's topic is this. Asia, what is it like for you having...
Sorry. I'm so sorry. The fact that you're like, today's topic is this. Asia. Well, that's not the topic. Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Go. Sorry.
All right. Today's topic is this. What is it like for you having a child of a different complexion, and it doesn't have any effect on the relationship you have with your daughter?
So I'm answering first, it seems like.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I asked you.
Yes. Okay. So for me, it's getting easier.
Okay.
I still find it hard, but it's getting easier. So after delivery, postpartum, I guess we'll say, it was extremely hard. It was extremely hard. Honestly, seeing her immediately, like when she came out, not like an internal thought was like, damn, she's white. Like it was very, very hard for me because I never been the type of person to dream about my wedding. I know a lot of people say like, oh, women, they have been dreaming about their wedding their whole lives. Not me. Like, but one thing I have thought about is just my family, right? And I think I've mentioned this before. I had a image in mind of what I wanted my families to be, to the point of complexion. I just knew I wanted a dark-skinned child. I just wanted to pour love into that child that at many moments in my childhood I felt I did not receive because of my complexion, because I was darker than a lot of other people around me. So I just wanted to like give all of my love to my child. And I knew realistically, being with a white person, that wasn't going to be it for me, right? And so I tried in ways to prepare myself while I was pregnant, like, nah, I know my kid's going to be late. I know. And I used to say that, my kid's going to be late. I used to actually be on Instagram looking at interracial relationships and people with kids and try to kind of use them as a scale to be like, all right, can we get more brown, or is just everyone this light skin, right? Like, what about the hair? Okay, if they're this bright, do they at least like have a similar hair texture? Like, honestly,
Yeah.
like for months, I
Yeah.
was, and that was my way of preparing myself. Like, all right, let's be realistic of what my child would look like.
Gotcha.
But it didn't work
Yeah.
because, like, I guess beyond hormonal changes that I was going through, one thing that I was kind of battling daily was the fact that she in complexion did not look like me. And it did not help that literally everyone would be like, oh my gosh, she looks like Michael. She looks like Michael. She looks like Michael. Oh, Michael's twin, Michael's twin, Michael's twin. And it's like, but does she really, guys? I don't know. Sure. I guess I'm trying to accept it, but a lot of me felt like people would say that only because she was so light. It was like, it was so hard hearing that. And I don't know. I felt that also impacted my feelings towards her in the beginning. Just like, I know you came out of me. I was there, but like, it was just a little disconnect in the beginning because of that. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want to say anything else before it becomes like a whole monologue. Because
I mean,
I have
that's
other
real
feelings.
Yeah, no, I want to hear all of them because I feel like that. I think you're being very transparent. I feel like this is something that a bunch of people feel like, and not even just related to like complexion, but just for various reasons.
Yeah.
But because it's like, I don't want to say a stigma, but because people may be concerned about how it's interpreted, they may not speak to it. So I definitely think that I'm all for you going on the monologue and talking about everything about it. So let's keep it going.
Oh, okay. Well, to that, yeah. So like I was saying, it did not help that other people would do that, and even while I was pregnant, it didn't help that people automatically. I think this put a lot of pressure on what I believe my child will look like, because a lot of people would be like, "Oh, like your kid is gonna be beautiful. I can't wait till you guys have kids. Oh my gosh, so beautiful." And the look seemed to be the first thing people would mention when they thought about Michael and I having kids. And I already knew, even if they said it or not, that they were talking about like, being closer to European look. I know they were talking about like a light skin, curly hair type baby. Like, that's the ideal mindset, I guess, or standard of beauty for a lot of people when they see interracial kids. And I was like, I don't want that though. But I don't want that. And it's just like, literally, I'm like, oh gosh, please, please, please don't give me that. So I think it made it harder. And even I overheard a conversation Michael had with one of his friends, and they have a biracial child, white male, black female. And I heard him say like, oh, I wonder if she'll be passing because like his kid, he feels is passing. And that pissed me off. When I was pregnant, he said that.
Who is white man, black woman? You know what's crazy is I have I know that term, but I've never heard that term used in real life.
Yeah, I was pissed though.
I've never heard that term.
I was pissed. I was so pissed. I was like, I don't want that. I don't want my child to pass. And that's like, for a moment, I feel like now you look at all them, she got a little bit of color, got a little something, but it's like at one point she was legit white, and it's like, this, to me, I'm sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings, but to me, that was the worst feeling for me. I do not look at me. I don't want a white child. Because as we've spoken about, I believe in like our first episode, I just feel like I am in some way being erased or diminished or something, like my bloodline. So it's like, you don't even look like me, but you are of me. It's kind of hard to wrap my head around that sometimes.
Yeah. No, I get it. I definitely understand that sentiment. Speaking from so answer the question kind of from my side. I didn't I don't necessarily feel any type of way. I'll say that the impact, I feel like, in terms of me seeing and noticing a difference has probably been my son, because my daughter, she was born very light, but she got pigment way quicker, right? And to your point, everybody was always like, "Oh yeah, she looks like her mom. She looks like her mom."
Mm-hmm.
She did look like her mom, and her complexion was way closer to her mom. But I'll say, even now, people say that, and I'm like, "Bro, she looks like me.
Right.
Like she looks
like
basically just like me. Like, what are we talking about?" But more people say it now. But also, she's darker than her mother. She's a fair amount darker than closer to my complexion.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like people say that. So to your point, automatically they'll say they may go straight up based on tone, because factually, Autumn looks very similar to you.
Yes, so I sent you and Jake a picture of Autumn and I think two side by side of us, maybe around similar ages. I think I may have been maybe a few months younger in that picture. But like, bro, all these features, nose, mouth, like eyes, kind of the same look. It's like, that's my baby, guys. And a lot of y'all hoes played me in those first like 6 months trying to be like my baby and look like me.
Yeah.
It was hurtful.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it for sure. But I think that's just I'm not even say human nature. I just think that is just a societal thing where they automatically goes towards because let's keep it 1,000. If Autumn was dark skinned, they're not gonna say she looks like Michael. That's not gonna be the first thing that they come out their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
definitely wouldn't. So I think that's just a societal thing where that's just automatic. But yeah, definitely with my son, and I don't even think that it didn't affect me from a personal standpoint of like relationship, but I did get those similar thoughts when I'm just like evaluating life and thinking about like future instances in which like, dang, like you look way different than me. Like his hair is straight, it's finer than mine was when I had it, and you know what I mean. He has like lighter eyes, and his skin tone is much fairer than mine. So it's like, for me, it was just kind of like, dang, like I'm still capable of helping you navigate the majority of aspects in your life. You know what I mean? Because granted, you'll still be a black man, but going back to your homie's point, it'll be more palatable, right?
Yeah,
be a more palatable black man and passing to a degree. So that was kind of like the thoughts that kind of went through my head. Was like, damn, I hope I can actually. And one thing that does go through my head, it doesn't go through my head, but it's like a fear of mine, is I really hope he never says anything wild to me. Like, in terms of like some crazy shit, like, I don't know, just like a self-hating type thing. You know what I mean?
I would
I'm not like that. I'm not black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, obviously I don't think he ever would, because we're his parents. You know, but I would. That's like one of the things in my head. Like I wouldn't want that. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that. And to your point, like, so like right now, I think my relationship with Autumn is great. I think it's still hard just like seeing that as like the actions, you know, of a lighter complexion. But I think our relationship is great. Like our connection is great. And I think I have some of the same worries as you. Whereas I had this belief of what maybe what I would teach my daughter, maybe prior to her being here. I had some thoughts about like what things we would talk about. Even when I think about hair, so I'll do her hair daily, like whether I detangle it or put in ponytail. But it's like, I used to picture myself braid. I know how to braid. So I used to picture myself braiding my daughter's hair. And not that I won't be able to, but her hair is much finer than mine. Like I probably will have to use some rubber bands at the end, which I've never had to do in my hair, you know? It's like, and maybe, I don't know, maybe she won't even like braids or something. Maybe it won't really be a protective style for her. Like I don't, it could be, and it very well, maybe, but I don't know. I think it's just very different from my life as a child, right? My childhood and my experiences, and just what I thought my go-tos would have been with connecting with my kid. Is like, oh, I know hair girl. Oh, we're gonna be all over that, and we probably still will. But it's like even like makeup products, right? I don't know ish about fair skin. Like, I mean, hopefully we go in there, somebody will be able to match, and you get all into that. But like, I'm gonna just tell you whether it look good or not, girl. Like, I'm not. I don't even know. These are the products I use. And so even then, it's like thinking about sneaking into your mom's makeup. My mom never really wore makeup But I used to steal her color contacts, right?
Yeah.
Remember we used to kill color
Facts.
contacts. But like even with that, like when she's probably into that age and wanting to, I don't know, look more grown because we tend to go through that phase. She's not going to be able to maybe my eyeshadows, but she won't be able to use my foundation, maybe lipstick or something. So I don't know.
No, I get you with that. I mean, I don't relate to them.
I know.
But
I know.
But I get the sentiments.
You can still bring him to the barbershop, Aiden.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. But like it's so one thing that you said where I was like thinking about it and reflecting is like I think that maybe somewhere inside of me, I think I don't think I ever mentioned it on here, but you and Jake know obviously, but we had our first son passed away. Like my wife was like, full term and everything. It was a freak accident and he passed away. So I think that some part of me, because my son looked a lot like me, so because our first child looked very similar to me, and then my son now doesn't look similar to me, I think like somewhere inside of me is kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like I did have a son who looked just like me. You know what I'm saying? Not that you know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. But those feelings are what they are, right? But it's like, dang, like I think I had like a literal mini me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look just like me, built just like me. Like I could see him being just like me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
And then, my son right now doesn't really look like me. He's gonna get everything that I have anyway because of the, environmental stuff like that. But I think somewhere deep inside, I'm not even sure how I would like identify it, but I think that there is like a feeling there of like, dang, like my man's was like a mini me. In looks and everything, and then not Aiden necessarily. So yeah, so going back to what you mentioned before about like when people when you were pregnant and they're like, or even before you're pregnant, like, oh, I can't wait to see how your kid is. I feel like when it's like an interracial couple, it's like just a surprise box. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, like I can't wait to find out what's inside because I have no idea what this thing gonna look like.
Which is so odd to be like, and that's really one of the first things people say to you. And it's like, do you do this to people who are of the same race, like same race couples? Do you have the same thought?
No, but I mean, honestly, from a realistic standpoint, I can kind of understand, right? Because that's kind of what is. I'll speak for myself. Kind of what is going through my head too, in terms of like, who are you going to really look like? Huh?
Everybody keep it to yourself. The fuck?
Oh, no, I don't actually. No, I don't.
No, not you. Yeah, I'm just saying, like other people, keep it to yourself, or unless you're real cool, and that's just something that you guys are discussing. But like as strangers or acquaintances, like we don't care about your opinion. At all. Or what you hoping the kid will look like.
That's a lot of people factual statement.
Oh my gosh, right here, like Michael, brown skin, blah blah blah. Oh, nice eyes. Surprise, my kid doesn't look like that.
Facts. No, that's a 100% factual statement because that is true. I couldn't stand when people like say stuff like that. But in my head, I'm thinking it. But it's like I don't need you to say that. Like
but
I'm thinking it, but I don't need you to talk. Like
right, I'm thinking it. And so if multiple people come back and having those same thoughts, you guys are just cementing that thought. Even if I'm working hard to like get that out of here, I hope my kid look like something else. Yeah, you guys are there like, no, it's about to be this. Like, fuck, man. Like maybe.
That's
maybe.
Funny. Yeah. Oh, and another thing that you mentioned about like this is like an example, but just a kind of side note. You mentioned about like putting rubber bands on
the end.
On the end. So for Amy and I, it was just like a mix of both, right? Because Anai's hair is it's not as like coarse as mine was, but it's definitely not as fine or straight. It's definitely not straight at all, like Amy's is. So it was definitely like a learning exercise for both of us. Because like certain products don't necessarily work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's even like even with Aiden, right? When I had hair, you know what I'm saying? I had the waves crazy. I throw some Murray's on that, brush it down, you know what I'm saying? Murray's not gonna work on his hair at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like a learning experience when you have like a mixed kid. It really is. Even from a lot of times it's from both sides. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Learning experience on both sides.
Yeah.
But
It is. It is like, and then especially for Michael, is like he doesn't know ish about hair, so he's like, he'd be cracking me up. He'd be like, "All right, I want to know what to do, right?" And then I'm doing hair, I put a ponytail, and then he starts doing something else. Well, now you're never gonna know.
That is funny.
No, but
that's
like even detangling her hair is different from how I would detangle my hair.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah,
it's definitely a learning experience for the whole fam.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. When I started doing my daughter's hair, the interesting part was I would mess around with it periodically. But then when I finally, like the one day that I finally just said, all right, I'm gonna do it, literally my hands just started replicating what Amy was doing, because Amy had gotten much better at doing her hair, more accustomed to it than I did. So literally, it just replayed in my head what Amy was doing and how she was holding her hair and how she was combing and stuff. And then it did, and it just worked out just like that. It was just straight from watching her enough times doing it, and also having to get out the house and go somewhere right quick.
Yeah. But the fact is, you're watching her, Michael. Watch and learn.
Nah. It was. I don't even know. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I don't know. And it was not even me like watching a whole lot, but it was me watching. But certain things, like I said, you know how you learn, and you know what like you're apt to do, and like anything like that. Like I looked at, like I told you before, I look like doing hair is like artsy. And I'm relatively creative and artsy, so things like that kind of comes relatively simple to me. So I could have watched her a couple times, and it stuck in my head about how. And then when I felt like her hair and stuff like that, it kind of came easy. Like, oh, bet, yeah, it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There are some things I do look forward to, and hopefully it does translate. I think that's what my thought is. Process is like, I just hope it translates. There's like little designs I want to do here, and I hope it translates and look.
Yeah.
It don't look crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the kids be looking like, like actually, good example here. If you guys watched, what is the Netflix show that we just watched? The crazy one with dude who was with Ray, The Ultimatum, right? Who's the dude that was with Ray? Well, who did the light skinned dude? Jake, right? Jake is mixed. He told us he's 25% West African. Sorry. Sorry. But sorry. No, you guys don't even know what I'm laughing.
You stupid.
Whatever. But at the reunion, bruh, his braids look weak.
Them joints was tough.
The braids look.
No noise was tough.
So I'm hoping that they don't look like that on my baby. It's
I'm sure you'll kill it. You'll kill it in whatever way. Yeah, them joints was tough. That was tough. That was a tough one, to say the least. Watch him look at this now. I hope he watches this episode. Hold on. I want to get to a point that you had said that I wanted to get to. So another thing, right? Another thing that I find kind of interesting, it's kind of in the same ballpark of what we're talking about, kind of sort of, is I don't feel a type of way, and I think I feel more like eyes on me at times when we go out. More than I ever did with my daughter. I definitely feel the eyes on me more. And my wife definitely does too, because she'll tell me, she'll be like, or she'll stare right back at the person who's staring, because they'll stare at my son, then they'll look at me, and they'll keep looking back and forth. Yeah, or they'll stare, they're staring back at between my son and myself, trying to figure out whatever they're trying to figure out. And my wife will call it out, or she'll just keep staring back at them until they stop staring and realize that she's looking. And I think I'm just like way more aware of that, or it just happens a lot more than when Yeah, for sure. You deal with that at all?
Yeah, and actually, a good example is Michael went to because we both get it, and I've always noticed it, and I don't know if I don't think I'm looking for it, but maybe subconsciously it's kind of like I know I'm about to get it. I just have that feeling that people will just look at us, so then I notice it more.
Yeah.
But this past week, Michael went to pick up Autumn. He went inside by himself, and she was in a classroom with different teachers. She has normal two teachers she's with all day, and then they have like a set of teachers who's there just for like pickup. And so all the kids go into that room. And so Michael went to pick her up, and they opened the door, and I was like, "Oh, Owen," calling the kid's name.
That's funny, yeah.
Because Owen's white.
Yeah.
and then he was like, "No, Autumn." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Not that one. Not that one.
Like, dang, that's wild. They did that to you.
That is funny, yeah.
And meanwhile, Autumn's running to the door, and she was still like, "Owen."
They're pushing her back. They're like, hey, your parents not here yet, Tony.
Hey, relax.
Stranger danger, don't forget.
Right. But no, yeah, I definitely get it, and I know Michael gets it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we so funny thing is, that happened to Anaya a couple times because they go based on the numbers of the car. Mm. And I don't know what happened, but maybe they didn't see my number. So Anaya comes coming to the car like, "Oh no, honey, no, not that." They're like, and then they look and they're like, "That's your dad?"
Right. You sure?
You can tell me. Right. Yeah, they did that twice actually.
Oh, sure.
But I mean, we're not even that far off. Like,
yeah, you're not. Yeah, that's wild.
But yeah, now I definitely noticed a lot more of my mans, and Amy notices a lot more too. I feel I don't even know what word we'll have to have her on because it is something that she feels and she'll verbalize it way better than I could. So I'm not even gonna attempt to describe like the feeling that she gets. But it's like it's a real thing. In regards to that. Me, I don't necessarily care. It doesn't affect me. But I do kind of think like I don't know. I kind of think like I'm wondering if I subconsciously put on more to be like as a way to kind of like rub it in, like not rub it in, but like yes, that's my son, whether you think so or not. You know what I mean? Like if I do any extra or anything like that as a way to be like, yeah, it's mine. Like in regardless what you think, you know what I'm saying? My man's is here, he's mine, whatever, you know. I don't know.
I think they're
possibly.
I think I am some way affected by it, but I also do think similar to you. I don't know if I'm just preparing myself, but I think there may be something that I am projecting for you to not even question, or at least in my head, I'm like, you're not going to even question me, or if you do, I'm prepared to give you the answer you're looking for, type of thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's great. I think that probably is what I'm doing subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're even thinking if this is my kid, then like, this is definitely my kid. Look how affectionate we are, or something like that. You know what I mean? No, that's a great way to speak on that. And then I guess just to bring that even another level is like, your kids only know what they know until they know something else, right? So they only know you and your family and your parent and Mike's family and Mike until they learn something else, right? Meaning that like I wonder if similar thoughts will ever go through their mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just from conversations or overhearing things or just visual perceptions or visual, seeing other things.
Yeah.
I do wonder if like any of those thoughts of like, well, you don't really get you don't really get me. You know what I'm saying? Because you experience different things than what I'm experiencing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot when you got some mixed kids, dog. Especially like I feel like it's a lot when you are a really good parent and you think a lot and then you want to be as much as you can for your kid. I feel because I know some people can go through very just like surface level, and if that's the depth of where they want to go with things, then that's fine. I'm not knocking it. But I feel like when you think about things in much more detail and depth, relationally and just, overall life things and mechanics and all that, I feel like that's when it's just like, dang, it's really a whole lot to this. Like, it's so much more than just having a kid and being a parent, and you know what I'm saying? It's so much more to that than that.
I've already like all of them could barely talk, but I already have thoughts in my head about like when she's in school and a kid questions her and she comes back and tells me about that scenario. Like I'm already like, nah, be prepared. This is what you're about to say back. Like make sure you respond this way going forward. Right. It's crazy. It's like she's not even there yet. Like slow your roll, Asia, but it's just I guess I'm doing that because I don't want her to come back and say something and I be completely shocked about it or surprised and not have a response, or I just like cry in front of her like I don't have something handled. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Right. I just want to make sure that I have an answer for her and that I'm ready and I can console her if something's wrong. Like if it hurt her, I just want to be prepared.
What do you mean when you say you don't know if that's the right thing to do?
To be thinking about that already. Yeah. Just that to be preemptive, because maybe now I'm lying. I'm like, maybe that won't happen. Stop. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But
no, I don't think there's anything the matter with like being preemptive. Good word, by the way.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I'm good. And now I'm gonna hijack that word. Use it for the rest of our time. But no, there's nothing the matter with that. I feel like we spoke about before, I just feel like if your reason for doing it is there and it's genuine and real, I don't feel like there's an issue for being preemptive. Primptivity. So I'm trying to take the word and use it. Change the tenses.
Try to use all tenses, right?
I gotta use it all. I gotta make up because I ain't used the first 52 minutes of this. I gotta use it as much as I can.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no, I actually think that's a really. I think it's admirable, just to have those in your pocket, because it sucks like when you're kind of like lost for words. Everybody goes through it. It's a life thing, right? But it sucks when you don't necessarily know what to say.
Yeah,
like, it really does suck, because it's like, damn, like. To your point, like if there's ever a scenario like that, I think I've had one. I can't remember exactly what it is, but then I thought to myself, like, damn, I should have thought about this beforehand. You know what I mean? I should have had something in the bag to pull out. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good idea that you are doing it. If you don't need it, you don't need it, but it can't hurt to have something in your mind. And you're aware enough to not go looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Looking for a reason just to use it. Yeah. So that's that.
Like using the word
preemptive. Jake said like using the word preemptive.
Like using the word preemptive. Exactly like that, Jake. Just looking for a time and a place to use it.
Here we go. Right here, insert.
I'm actually gonna take out the section where you used it, and I'm gonna only put when I used it.
So just to conclude this topic today about, does our connection change with our kid because they are not close in complexion to us, melanin, pigment? And I think ultimately, no. Because at the end of the day, like, our love is not going to change just based off appearance. Like, we love our kid. Like I said earlier, they are of us. They are, we made that. That's mine. And so I'm going to love my kid regardless. And like, as I mentioned in the beginning, it was hard, but no, the connection is still real. It's alive. And I know that I'm always going to be there for my kids.
Yeah. Piggybacking off of what Asia just said. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that there are some interesting scenarios that may occur because of the difference in just not, just difference in having two different type of parents, right?
Right.
So I think there would definitely be. Then if you had two parents who were exact same, you're going to come into scenarios and experiences that you wouldn't have to, that you wouldn't be in. You know what I mean? Or be exposed to.
I think there are things that we may not relate to.
Right.
But it's not like we're going to be dismissive of it just because of the fact.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. Here we go with this dad joke. Let's get it.
Dad joke. Yay. This about to be stupid.
How did the pirate get his ship so cheap?
How did the pirate get his ship so cheap?
Yes.
Auction.
That's actually a really good one. That's not the answer for this one, but that's actually a fire one.
How did the pirate get his ship so cheap? With one eye. One
10
eye.
9 8,
you got something, Jake?
7
Fudge
6,
cake. It's gonna
5,
be something so simple. I'm
4,
gonna hit it.
3, 2,
all right.
1.
So cheap.
It was on sale.
It was on sale.
Like sale because it
Sell
went
ships,
sales.
yeah,
Like
God.
a sailboat.
It was on sale.
And then it was on sale, like a discount.
Dang, yep.
Yeah. Like
that
it was
was
on
easy.
clearance almost.
That was easy.
It's like layaway. Sale though.
Layaway is not sale. Stop it. Stop while you're ahead.
Well, you could put things on sale on layaway.
Ahead.
But then if you return it, maybe you have to pay full price. You wouldn't get full price back. You'd get that on sale.
Just stop.
But it was a boat.
We get it though. Sale.
So that's
got it.
Yeah.
You know they're spelled differently.
Yeah. It was on sale. SAIL.
Okay.
Sale.
Ooh. Okay.
So there you have it. That's your dad joke of the week.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So once again, friends.
Yes. That's my kid podcast. And I hope you stay tuned, and I hope you spread the joy and the word of the day.
Yes. Very good. Hey, I got another dad joke. Let me just throw this one out to you.
All right, go.
All right, so this one you didn't have to guess it. I'm just gonna tell you.
No, I'm gonna try. No,
it's not even a guess.
I want to guess it.
Joke. It's just a joke.
I want to guess it.
It's just a joke. So I have a COVID joke, but I don't want to spread it. Get it? Because it's a COVID joke. Spread the joke. Spread COVID. You can take preemptive measures by cleaning your hands and wearing gloves prior to telling the joke.
Let's go. Wrapping it up, guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Yes, that's my kid.